Hello there. Today I'm going to be talking about what I think is one of the most underrated guns and the conversion that goes with it. The TAR-21 with Duplex.
Boom like a tidal wave. I'm trying but I cannot save.
Now, I don't really see people using this, so it's not the type of gun that you see some pro shredding with and then you go and pick it up and think, alright, I want to go buy this. So it's probably not something that's going to really come to your attention until you unlock the TAR-21 and then you notice that Duplex is a conversion for it. I feel like it's pretty underrated, honestly. Like, people, or at least the couple of people I've talked to about it, have said that it doesn't really seem like it's worth the investment, either the investment of getting a lot of kills or the investment of paying a lot of credits. I personally don't remember how many credits this was, but I think it was 1 to 2,000 credits. It is pretty much hollow point, but better with most of its stats. We go to advanced. So hollow point cuts down on the head multiplier. Duplex doesn't. That's a big one. It also cuts down on torso. So Duplex keeps those multipliers, meaning that if you hit the head or torso, you will keep that higher damage. The damage range is also still very good with Duplex. It actually increases the minimum damage range. It cuts down on the muzzle velocity, and hollow point doesn't. So if you're already used to the muzzle velocity on the TAR-21, then it might be kind of weird for you to use. They both cut down on penetration the same, but if you look at this, Duplex increases your suppression a bit. You're not going to get as much of a screen shake because the muzzle velocity is lower, but it gives you the higher suppression, so you're more likely to hit that screen shake. Now, one of the downsides to Duplex that you're probably going to notice is the 20-round magazine. The reload time, I have noticed it says that it's 2.8 seconds here, but it feels a lot faster than 2.8 seconds, because it's seemingly kind of a slow reload. It's really just take the mag, pop it back in. I'm going to show you a bit of gameplay later and you'll be able to see that. Of course, empty, you need to pull the bolt back, so that's a bit longer. Hollow point, however, keeps your 30-round mag. So if you're more of a spray and pray type of person, then you're probably going to want to use hollows instead. It's also cheaper. So Duplex, you probably know, is 2 shots instead of 1. You can see over here, each shot does less damage than 1 normal bullet, except the thing is, let's pull up a calculator here, 18.85 times 2, that's 37.7 damage. Now, that is assuming that both shots hit, but one fired shell, because this is saying that it's 2 bullets stuffed into 1 shell, so 1 singular click can deal 37 damage with this, whereas normally it would deal 29. And again, multipliers are kept the same, so of course it does better if you hit the head or the torso. Its minimum damage suffers, it's normally 22, pull that calculator back up, 9.9 times 2 is 19.8, so it suffers a little bit on minimum damage, so you're not really going to want to try to use this at longer ranges. Also, one of the problems is it's 2 bullets, so the longer the range, the more it's going to spread out, which means you're going to be less likely to actually hit something or hit it with both shots. And that's leading us into our next talking point, the hip choke and the aim choke, the general choke of this, 0.35. I don't know if you've ever paid attention to the choke of a shotgun, but it's a lot higher than that. and the smaller the number on the choke, the tighter the bullets are. Or pellets, it depends. So let's go to the Spaz 12. This has a choke of 2.4. KS-23M, highest choke of all of the shotguns without anything on it, any like conversions that might give it tighter, is a choke of 2. You see people getting kills at like 200 studs with the KS-23M, and this has a choke of 2. And this TAR-21 has a choke of 0.35. Now, you might not be able to visualize this, but that means that you're going to need to shoot someone at like 200 studs to and still graze their arm to only hit one of your shots. So the whole shotgun aspect of it isn't really an actual worry, unless you're planning on trying to snipe with this. So this gun, probably why people don't use it very much, is normally it's just kind of a, I'm kind of hesitant to say this, but a jack of all trades. It's got kind of meh damage, but the damage per second is pretty decent because it's fire rate. I'm just assuming, I'm not actually doing the math around that. But 29 to 22 damage is like, okay, there's definitely better with damage. Fire rate 850, that's pretty decent, but there's definitely better with fire rate. One example of a gun that's similar to this that is probably better on multiple aspects is the Chris Vector. Now, I do have some anti-recoil attachments on this, but this without any attachments has some kind of wild recoil, but 1200 RPM with 35 maximum damage compared to this, which is 850 with a 29 max damage. If you know how to hit your shots, the Chris Vector is so much better. Its multipliers, the head multiplier isn't as much, but you know, we don't talk about that. TAR-21 also, if you've ever fired it, it has very strong horizontal and circular recoil. Its vertical is handleable, but it's just flying all over the place, making it pretty hard to control. So something like the Chris Vector, which I haven't used it without attachments in a while, but from my memory is more just strong vertical and a little bit of horizontal. You're going to want to use this over classic TAR-21. But with the Duplex, it still has strong recoil. It keeps the recoil. There's nothing about it that changes. But in terms of its damage, fire rate, and ammo, it's almost on par with the FAL 50. FAL 50 also has 20 rounds. Its fire rate is 700, which is definitely less than the TAR. So if you can aim, the TAR can probably kill faster. So this has less of a head multiplier, same torso. Definitely better penetration, same suppression. So if you're going to be shooting through walls, use the FAL. Damage is 41 to 32, making this a lot better for medium ranges. But that, let's do that because I don't remember the number. 37.7. So that's still pretty high damage. And if you're hitting torso or head, it can go up, and it's a 2-tap similar to the FAL. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and stop talking and show you a bit of gameplay, me using this TAR-21 with Duplex, and yeah, if that doesn't convince you to get it, then I don't know what will.